It is a new day, a new week, a new moon, a new start for your life, and let's talk about astrology for this coming week. Welcome to Magic Monday, your video horoscope for the week of September 6th to September 12th. My name is Comet. I'm here every single Monday morning. I would feel so honored if you chose to join. What we do here is translate the stars into a way to easily understand the cosmic energies of the week, and furthermore, how you can synchronize with them. So how you can empower yourself with the more potent, helpful energies in the cosmos, and be mindful of or conserve your energy when it comes to the more challenging cosmic events. And this is such a beautiful new moon. This is such a beautiful blank slate. And I can't wait to chat with you about how you can utilize this energy of the new moon. And as you may know, new moons are blank slates. It's when we call in what we want to invite to our world. And this new moon is on my ascendant. So I do have a couple of announcements or new starts that I'm kicking off within my business. So firstly, this is the first Monday of SNAG IT September, which will be every single Monday of September, where I open up one flash reading for that week. It's first come, first serve. So if you click the link below and it's only showing you dates for November, that means that this particular week has been booked and you could try again next Monday. It'll always be in the link in the description on Magic Monday if you want to snag one of those. I'm also launching recorded readings. So if you're someone like me who's a little bit more introverted and sometimes conversations can be overwhelming, I highly recommend this. So it's a birth chart or a transit recorded reading, and you'll get an unlisted YouTube link. So it's not accessible to general YouTube. It's just those who have the link, so you. And it'll be all the information you would get in a reading with me, just in a recorded format. So you could digest and process at your own pace. And you'll also be able to ask 2 follow-up questions that I will go into detail about. So you can also make sure that your questions and emphasis are being covered within the hour recording. And the turnaround will be about 2 weeks. So I highly recommend this for individuals who are looking for some cosmic assistance quicker than November, which is what I'm currently booking for. And third and final announcement is I have released a Virgo New Moon and meditation class. I am so excited and truthfully a little nervous. I mean, trying something new always makes you a little nervous, but this is such a powerful new moon. I truly believe that yoga does something magical in regards to getting us in a very receptive space, particularly around new moons, which is when we manifest our fresh new starts. I think something really powerful happens when we move our body and focus on our breathing and calm our minds and allow ourselves to visualize the new start that we are personally calling in. So that is available within the description. I'm happy to keep doing them. If you do find value in it, just comment, like that video so that I know. I am happy to do more of these. Like I have so many ideas for Pisces full moon and for Mercury retrograde flow, like yoga flows that are dialed into the energy of the cosmos. But I am happy to put it on a different channel if it's annoying, if you're just sort of here for the astrology content. And do know that this is the first time doing it recorded, so there's definitely some hiccups within it, and I do hope that I will get better. I'm open for any feedback. I do hope that I will get better, and it just felt so good to be doing. I mean, it's a part of myself that I had forgotten about before everything happened. You know, March 2020, I was teaching about 7 to 8 yoga classes a week, and with that extra time, I ended up starting YouTube. And so I'm so grateful because I found a true passion doing YouTube, but I thought maybe doing recorded classes would be a cool way to fuse the two together of my passions, as well as synchronizing astrology into it, because I think it's a beautiful opportunity to not only get in sync with ourselves, but get in sync with the energetics that are affecting us. So all of the links to everything I've described are below, and let's talk about the vibe check of the week. So this is the overall thematic take for the week of September 6th to September 12th, what it feels like to me. So friends, I want you to think of the first day of 7th grade. And if you were anything like me, you had your outfit all laid out, ready to go, and your new school supplies with your new backpack, and you were just so excited. You were like, this is a new year. Woodland Middle School has no idea what is in for. 7th grade me is a new me. I'm gonna be cool. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be, you know, attuned to the details. I'm going to do great in school. Like, you just have this glowy feeling, right? Going into the first day, and then you go and you're in your new outfit and you see your crush and you're like, oh my gosh, they look so good after the summer. And you get to see your friends and you're going to all of your new classes and meeting all of your new teachers, and you're still, you know, your supplies are all still so neatly organized, and you're like, this is gonna be a new me. I'm gonna be super organized all year. I'm gonna excel in all my classes. I'm going to eat lunch in this corner with these gals, and it's just gonna be a great fresh start. And even though you're exhausted, you're getting back in the swing of things, back into a routine, you're like, this is a new me. This is a new me. Everything awkward about me, I've left in 6th grade. 7th grade is a brand new me. So think of that glowy feeling. You can also liken it, if you didn't particularly enjoy school, you can also liken it to like the first day of like a diet, or even like the glowy period of a relationship where just something is so new and it just feels like the start of something magical and wonderful. So got that? So why I liken this to the cosmos this particular week. We have a very romantic vibe with Venus in Libra in her final degrees before she enters Scorpio this week, and she's having a heyday. Venus will trine Jupiter at Aquarius, which is really like expanding our desire to want to romanticize our life. And I'm not saying you have to go out and date someone, but if you think about 7th grade, does anything earth-shattering happen the first day of 7th grade? Like maybe, you know, Mary Lou got an unfortunate haircut and maybe Brad came back in a cast because he broke his elbow playing skee-ball, but nothing earth-shatteringly crazy happens, right? But everything feels so fresh and so new and so exciting. Teachers are passing out their syllabi. You're, you know, learning about all these different topics that you're going to learn about. You're finding your right way to get to each class. Everything just has this like freshness and this desire to want to enjoy your everyday. You're still caring about what you wear and you're still caring about how you do your hair. So that's what the energy of Venus sort of slipping out of Libra feels like. It's just wanting to, whether it's we're clinging on to the last parts of summer, whether it's we're wanting to have a fresh new start in regards to these themes, there really is this expansion of wanting to find more loveliness, more beauty, and more harmony in our everyday. And we also have today's Virgo New Moon, which is a fresh start in regards to habits and routines and daily efforts that we come across, which also sort of helps this fresh new start feeling. So I'm gonna take it day by day, starting with Monday, September 6th. So Monday, September 6th is the Virgo New Moon, and I've had a lot of clients lately, and myself included, where a lot of stuff has been going down. A lot of stuff has been going on down, and they're like, why is this happening? And I'm going to tell you why right now. So the sun is obviously in Virgo, and why is this significant is because it squared the nodes. So the nodes are in, north node's in Gemini, south node is in Sagittarius. And this new moon in general squares where the Sagittarius eclipse will be in a couple of months. So it's sort of like this halfway point between eclipses. So you could think of the eclipses back in like May, June, and we're moving towards eclipses in November, December. And so a lot of events, a lot of changes, a lot of transformations are transpiring right now because it's basically launching us closer to that eclipse. And keep in mind, it's a square, so it's not a super like seamless transition. Like squares are usually sort of jarring. Trust that if there are any sort of changes that are happening at the time being, it's part of your eclipse story that will make more sense come the eclipses a little later this year. So I want to mention that firstly. Secondly, this new moon is beautiful, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, it trines Uranus and Taurus exactly. So what that means is that it's really infusing this Virgo new moon, which is helpful for new starts, new routines, new diets, anything that you want to call into your everyday. The bulk of our life, because the bulk of our life is not in these huge flashy moments. Like, yes, those are exciting, those are great, but the bulk of our life is what we do every day. And if you've, you know, last week was a lot about jealousy, and if you've felt yourself just being so jealous around, oh my gosh, why can't I have a lifestyle like that person? Why can't I have a diet like this person? Like, this is sort of energy, especially with Mars trine Pluto, also exacting on Monday, where it's like taking the energy into your hands, like being like, no, I'm sick of sitting on the sidelines of my life. I'm going to jump in and start living for myself, start taking the responsibility to ensure that I'm the happiest, best version of myself with this Virgo new moon. And that can take place in a myriad of ways. Of course, the Virgo energy does lend itself to health, to routine, to service, to things of the like, but you can take it in a lot of different directions based on everyday routines that you want to integrate, especially with the trine to Uranus. Uranus is novelty and newness. So if you've been wanting to integrate something brand new, a new exercise routine where it's like you come home from work and you just put on your running shoes, like it's just ingrained into you, this Monday Tuesday, Wednesday, I want you to carve some time and some space to focus upon the routines that you think would genuinely better your life. I highly do recommend checking out Virgo New Moon yoga and meditation to sort of get yourself in that receptive mind space. We also do some like visualization activities so you can sort of sharpen that vision that you want to call in, and the new moon energy will be potent Monday through Wednesday. So you definitely have time to sort of harness this power that we have within the cosmos to start a new routine that sticks. Because that's the other thing this week, is that we are in Mercury's shadow, which means Mercury is now in degrees that will eventually traverse back. So I've been saying to a lot of my clients, I'm like, if there's something you want to work on this fall, start it now. Like, it'll be, since Mercury is going through degrees, it'll return back to, it gives us this energy around refining. So if you're like, I'm sick of sitting on the sidelines and wishing I wrote a book, like this is the energy where it's like, I'm gonna do it. And when you plant the seeds now, you have the entire Mercury retrograde period to sort of refine, rework, rewrite. Like Mercury retrograde is the opportunity to sort of take what's already initiating, ongoing, and work it, rework it. So like, let's say you want more health into your world, so you call in, I want to be a girl who like drinks green juice and does cycling. Maybe during Mercury retrograde, you refine, okay, afternoon workouts don't work out for my schedule. Let's try morning, like finding what generally works so that it all clicks. But this is a very potent, fresh start for you with Mars trine Pluto to remember your power and not let it seep into different directions, into, more negative feelings and emotions and jealousy and comparison and envy and things of that nature. Also, Venus will also trine Jupiter today. It's such a beautiful, juicy day, honestly. And this is an expansion of romance. That's what I was talking about with the new, outfit, with seeing your crush on the first day of school. Like, this is the energy where we want to romanticize our lives. And whether you are single or whether you are in a committed partnership or whether you are just now seeing someone, I want you to find some romance into your everyday. Like maybe for you, your everyday routine is like, I'm good on green juice and cycling, but I want to like generally enjoy my life rather than like lying in bed scrolling on TikTok for hours. Like this is sort of energy where after work, you grab a baguette, grab a bottle of wine, and go to the park and read poetry. Romanticize your life. What was, if you had like a little camera and someone was following you, what would be a movie moment? And how can you create more beauty and fulfillment and harmony and loveliness? That's what Venus in Libra wants into your everyday. Also with Venus trine Jupiter, you can find there's an influx of romantic attention or money or loveliness or pleasure. Definitely on Monday is a time to maximize pleasure and maximize this fresh start. The new moon does peak at 5:52 p.m. PDT. Please do keep in mind also that all times I mentioned will be PDT. Meant to say that earlier. So that's when it peaks. So I would really recommend if you can get to the yoga flow at that particular time. No worries if you do it before. And again, I said the new moon energy is still potent until Wednesday, so you have plenty of time. But think about your fresh start and the daily routines you want to call into your reality. And for this Virgo new moon, I do recommend visualization as it does oppose Neptune in Pisces. And we do some visualization exercises within my Virgo new moon yoga practice. But the reason I say that is because Neptune is tapped into our imagination, and it also governs screens, mirrors, cameras, things of the like. And with this energy, we're able to really tap into the vision of what it is that we want to cultivate or to invite in. So I want you to not only see it, but give it texture. What would it feel like? What would it smell like? Give it details. Virgo loves some details. So what would the outfit be when you walked into that dream job? What would your muscles look like if you, worked out every day and had super defined muscles? Like really tap into what it would look like, smell like, feel like with the opposition to Neptune as well. And be open to inviting in new changes to your routine. That's what this new moon is all about. Tuesday, September 7th, the moon will be void at 12:24, which if you're trying to get anything particularly important done on Tuesday, I would recommend doing it towards the beginning part of the day. It does seem to be very busy, very productive with the energy with the moon in Virgo. It will oppose Neptune at 6:34 a.m. PDT, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm or feeling scattered, but luckily the moon will meet up with Mars at that 12:24, so great time to take a lunch break, you know, walk around or run or work out to like get out stress or to get out any anxiety. That Virgo moon will also trine Pluto in Capricorn, which really ramps up our willpower, wanting to get things done, wanting to bulldoze through our tasks. And then it meets up with Mars as well. So it's a very powerful sort of energy for handling our to-dos, handling our errands, and just doing it. Like if you think of the first day of 7th grade, like it's exhausting having to go from like period to period and find all your new classes. But there's like this boost of energy around wanting to handle, wanting to proactively tackle things head on rather than let them fester. The moon will not enter Libra until 8:28 p.m. So the latter part of Tuesday isn't terribly, you know, productive. Let the Virgo moon handle mundane things. So if you have to like organize something, if you need to alphabetize something, if you need to like declutter your Gmail inbox because it's full, do it with this, because Virgo moon likes to be busy. That's how it keeps its mind, you know, still. And it's a great time to just proactively handle all the things. Like with the higher version or the best version of yourself, proactively clean out the closet rather than just stuffing stuff in there. Yes, and this is the week to show up as the highest version of yourself. Like find that glowy feeling within your world of inviting a positive shift into your reality. Then Mercury in Libra will oppose Chiron in Aries later that night. So just be mindful in the language that you give to yourself. Great journaling night, honestly, to just process your self-talk. And it's also a great time for any like healing work, any sort of like mantras, anything to sort of like quiet the mind, like sort of reprogram. I am powerful, I've got this. Wednesday is my pick for any meetings that you have to do, as the Libra moon is in the mood for harmony, for balance, for compromise. It trines Saturn Aquarius. Be mindful around contracts as we are in the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde. Just make sure to review, maybe get outer counsel to look at it. And the Libra moon will also conjoin Mercury in Libra that night as well, which really is helpful if you have to have any sort of conversation. Like maybe for you, what your intention is, it's not so much green juice or living your life more organized or finding more loveliness to your everyday. Maybe what you're trying to sort of call in is more time with loved ones or feeling more connected with your loved ones. Wednesday at 6:01 is a great time to call someone up you haven't chatted with for a while, or spend time with someone, or if something's just been emotionally weighing on you, to get someone else's like opinion on it. Like we are not here alone, and particularly with these Chiron aspects and all of this like, you know, glowy feeling, there can be a over reliance upon, okay, this is how I want to show up, or this is how it looks like to other people, and sort of discarding how it is that you generally feel and what it is that you generally need in that moment. Wednesday and Thursday are honestly both very, very good for date nights, because we're in the mood to connect and to collaborate with others and to really know that we're not alone here. And this is such a sort of romantic time of year, particularly if you live in places other than San Diego. Right now it's like so hot, but if you're in somewhere where it's gently transitioning to fall, like it's just so romantic, like that novel feeling of being able to put on boots for the first time, or be able to put on a sweater. Like there's that glow, right? Like that's what we're tapping into this week, is that glowy new feeling. So on Wednesday and Thursday, there could be this glowy new feeling in regards to a connection that you make, or maybe just making more time for your friendships, maybe creating like a little bit more vulnerability in regards to opening up to what's like sort of been happening with you. And with, you know, the moon and Mercury both opposing Chiron, there's almost like this acknowledging around where we feel self-conscious and sort of insecure. And with Wednesday night, there's this energy around being able to speak to someone and generally be heard. So therapy appointment would be great for Wednesday, or just to chat with someone about what's really sort of going on, release the feeling that things always need to look pretty and put together from the outside. Like it doesn't matter how much green juice you drink, how much cycling you're doing, if you're miserable the entire time. Like, yes, this is a week about calling it our fresh start, but it's not about being overly reliant on how it looks like to other people. It's a fresh start because we deserve it, and being honest with ourselves about what we feel like we could invite into our reality. Thursday, again, super romantic little date night there. We've got a Libra moon trining Jupiter, and it'll also meet up with Venus. So Thursday, romanticize your life, romanticize your day. Your life is made up of your daily routines. So find ways to make it special. Like if you just make drip coffee every day and it's boring and it's dull, maybe this is the energy where you like get one of those fun syrups from like Marshall's or something and make yourself like a little latte or like a little iced coffee, or just like something that makes your life feel a little bit more fun, a little bit more romantic, and sort of have that glowy feeling around, this is what I deserve. I deserve to enjoy my everyday. I deserve to work out because my body deserves this. I deserve an afternoon walk because I deserve this. This week is about finding the magical in the mundane. Yes, it's just a walk, it's just a coffee, but those little decisions that we make up the sum of our life. Why not make them romantic? Why not make them lovely? The moon will be void at 9:48 p.m., at which point the moon will enter Scorpio at 11:05. And on Friday the 10th, Venus will be there to join the moon as Venus dips into Scorpio. Now, Venus does not particularly enjoy being in Scorpio. It's in its detriment in the sign Scorpio, because Venus does well in Scorpio's opposite, which is Taurus. So the reason why these energies don't synchronize, because Venus is about loveliness and pleasure and everyone getting along, where Scorpio is about deepness and intensity, and like not necessarily just keeping things harmonious and nice, but they're like, I want to know your soul. I want to know what you're scared of. I want to know your psychology. So with Venus, the planet of love, who wants to make everything nice and lovely, with Venus entering Scorpio, it's like, I hate to be blunt, but it's like poop or get off the pot. When it comes to flirtations, like the earlier part of the week was flirty. We're at the park with a baguette and a bottle of wine and just chatting and just making life feel, you know, lovely. And then with Venus and Scorpio, it's like, but are you going to be there when I'm having nightmares and I'm terrified? Like, are you going to be there when I'm like dealing with trauma and dealing with really, really darker things? Are you going to really be there for me? There's this intensity when it comes to like love and relationships. With Venus and Scorpio, there really is this depth in regards to love. We could also notice we're drawn to like sort of darker like art forms or more psychological terror type movies or music that's a little bit darker, like more intense, and we're usually drawn to. Venus is also money. The nice thing about Venus Scorpio is that Scorpio is regenerative, so there could be some intensity in regards to money. It does feel like money is coming in earlier in the week, so also with the Virgo New Moon, great time to do any sort of abundance work, prosperity work, wanting to focus and draw in money, because Venus does trine Jupiter. And with Venus and Scorpio, there could be some risks that you have to take in regards to money. There could be an influx of energy around investments, because Scorpio is regenerative, but it's like, you know, it's the phoenix. Burn down, rebuild from the ashes. So with Venus and Scorpio, there can be definitely hot and cold when it comes to finances. So like putting money in crypto and it goes way up and then you lose it all and then you get it back. So one thing is, I would say, just try not to get emotional about any sort of investments that you have. And if there's a little bit of instability, especially since Venus will oppose Uranus, this is not financial advice, but just try to not get emotional about it. Try to just wait it out. Try not to make any like knee-jerk sudden decisions in regards to it, because Venus and Scorpio is regenerative, but it is a very polarizing up and down sort of energy. So just brace yourself for that. Other than that, on Friday the 10th, we just sort of start off with some crabbiness. Like Moon in Scorpio feels everything so deeply, right? When it's square to Saturn and Aquarius, it's like, yeah, you stubbed your toe on the way to work, you spilled a little bit of your latte, but like suddenly you're just like, oh, this is the worst day. And then your boss wants to see you, and it just feels like everything is falling apart. Like Scorpio Moon can definitely take one thing and make it seem like it's the end of the world. But what I've learned, my boyfriend is a Scorpio Moon, and sometimes he gets like that Scorpio Moon thing where it's like, this happened and now my whole day is ruined. And like, I'm a Virgo Moon, so like my process is like, okay, let's fix the issue. But what I've learned from acknowledging him, and what's helped me kind of cope through Scorpio moons, is that he just needs to let it out. He just needs to be like frustrated about it, and then 5 minutes later, he's over it. Because Scorpio just needs to fully go into that emotion so they can get it out of their system. So try not to deny yourself. Be annoyed that you spilt your latte and that your boss has talked to you. Be annoyed. Get it out of your system and then move on with your day. Especially with the square to Saturn, just feel like something annoying, an annoying client, an annoying customer, just bleh, annoying. Not every day can be baguettes and wine in the park, but let's try to make more of them with this Virgo New Moon, baguettes and wine in the park. Saturday is very lovely. We've got a sextile to the sun in Virgo. We've got a trine to Neptune in Pisces. So we have this deep desire to get to the bottom of it, right? That's a Scorpio energy. And then with the trine to Neptune, it's like, what am I doing here? What is my soul's purpose to be here? And this is why I chose this day for my Astrology 101 workshop. It's at Lavande in Bird Rock. If you are in San Diego and are interested, you can grab a ticket below. I'll make sure to link that as well. But yeah, I picked Saturday just because with the Scorpio, there's really this desire to want to go deep. With the trine to Neptune, it's like, why am I here? What is it all for? So do something to nourish your spirit that day to make yourself feel connected to something bigger, whether it's art, spirituality, whatever it is. We also have a sextile to Pluto and to Mars. So there's a lot of powerful energies at play. A lot of passion in the air for sure. So definitely sink into what you are passionate about. Saturday would be great for a date night of someone you've been seeing for a while, because Scorpio moon, you know, sextiling Pluto and Capricorn and Mars and Virgo, like this sort of energy that you're gonna be like, so what's your retirement fund look like? Okay. What are your thoughts? Private or public school for kids? Okay. Would you want to live in a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom? And what city would you want to live in? Like wanting to really get to the bottom of it. So not a casual date. That's would definitely get all the Libra energy. But if you're really trying to know someone or you have a really intense, intimate connection, Saturday is honestly really great for that. On Sunday, the 12th, the moon enters Sagittarius at 1:34. It'll sextile Saturn in Aquarius and trine Chiron in Aries. So this is a great opportunity to just reorient yourself to the big picture. Like, am I making enough time for my health daily? Am I making enough time for the people within my life? Am I taking enough time to make art? Am I taking enough time to invite beauty into my reality? Am I taking enough time to like get ready in the morning in the way that I would want to live my life, in my higher version of myself or my, you know, my dream? And there's definitely a deeper tone to this particular week. So definitely, you know, when we have some Scorpio energy, we could be a little bit more prone to feeling like that's in the world. Again, feel that and then just let it pass. Feel it all and then just let it pass. I do feel like the mood will lift when the moon enters Sagittarius on Sunday. And it's more so like, okay, am I living my life how I want to? Do I feel inspired by my life? Do I feel inspired by the version of myself that I'm turning into with my Virgo New Moon goal? So the Magic Monday mantra of the week is I transform the mundane into the magical, because that's what Virgo energy is all about, being the alchemist of our world and taking things that might seem dull, like just what we do every morning or how we go to bed every night, and making it something magical, putting that romance into it. It doesn't need to be a lot of money. It could even be just listening to lo-fi when you're getting ready so that you feel like you're in a movie, or picking out your clothes before you go to work the next day so you're sort of tapping into that glowy feeling of feel like you've got it all together. And like find ways to just infuse your everyday reality with something special and something magical. So thank you so much for watching, friends. Happy Virgo New Moon. Just a quick recap on my offerings. I have SNAG IT September, the link for which is available within my description box. If there aren't any readings available until November, that means someone has already snagged the one for this week, and just try again next week. It'll happen every single Monday right when this video goes live. So the link will be available 2:30 a.m. PDT, 5:30 a.m. EDT. I have recorded readings available, so either birth chart or transits. You just get a little YouTube video from me chatting through your chart or your transits. And then I also have a Virgo New Moon, which I would feel so honored if you would watch, if you would practice too, and any feedback. I intend to get better and better. It was my first time, so there definitely were some hiccups. And I do have an astrology workshop in San Diego if you are local. Friends, I hope you have the most beautiful week. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay natural.